Hello, class 7. I hope you all are fine. So, today we are going to start Unit 3, Chapter Uncountable Nouns. Now, what do you understand by countable nouns and uncountable nouns? What do you understand by countable nouns, uncountable nouns? Now, countable nouns, easily we can say that which we can count. What is uncountable nouns? Uncountable, easily we can say that which we cannot count. What is countable nouns? It is kernels can be, we can say, can be counted as individual terms, whereas uncountable nouns are that they cannot be pluralized. So countable noun can be counted as individual terms. Uncountable nouns are that they cannot be pluralized. Now, if I example countable nouns, easily which we can say which can count. But what is uncountable nouns? Which we cannot count. Now I'll put one example. Tell me that what is the difference between it. Now before that I want to say that uncountable nouns are that they cannot be pluralized and that they never take indefinite articles. I'll write this one, and they never take indefinite articles like a or an. They never take indefinite articles like a or an. Now I'll put some example. It is very confusing example. Tell you. Now if I say what's the difference between money and rupees. What is the difference between money and rupees? Now money we can easily say both are, we can easily think that we both are countable. Money is also countable, rupees is also countable. No, money is an uncountable, money is an uncountable noun. Why? Money is an uncountable noun. Why? We must use little or much with it. Remember, this is very important. Money is an uncountable noun. We must use little or much with it. It is very important. Reminder, money is an uncountable noun. Whereas rupees, we can say rupees are countable. Rupees are countable. So always use always use few or many with them. Many with them. It is very important, I'm telling you. Remember. Now, one more time I'll read. What is the difference in money and rupees? Money is an uncountable noun, whereas rupees are countable. We must use little or much with it. With the money. Little money or much money. But whereas rupees are countable, so always use few or many. Few rupees, or we can say that many rupees with them. So this is very important. Now one more example I'll put. One more example is chocolate. Chocolate. Now we can say chocolate is it can be either a countable or uncountable. Remember, this is very important. Why? Chocolate either can be countable or uncountable. When is depending on context. Context, this is very important, depending on context. Now if I say that candies means, we can say it is countable. It is countable. But if I say example chocolate is a necessary ingredient for chocolate cake or cookies, etc. Now chocolate is a necessary ingredient for chocolate cake. Now here we are mentioning the text. See, chocolate is necessary for chocolate cake, but here you are mentioning candies. Both are chocolate. So here it is depend upon context. Now why? Because candies can be counted, but chocolate cannot be counted when you are making a chocolate cake. So this is very important part. So I hope you will understand the thing. Now I hope you understand. This is very important. See, one more time I'll go. Countable nouns can be counted or as individual terms. Uncountable nouns are that they cannot be pluralized and they never take indefinite articles a or n. Now what is the difference between money and rupees? Money is an uncountable noun. Always we must use little or much with it. Rupees are countable, so always use few or many with it. Now chocolate, what is the difference between chocolate? Then chocolate can be either a countable or uncountable because it is depending on context. Candies countable, chocolate, both the candies also made of chocolate, so it is countable. But when chocolate is a necessary ingredient for chocolate cake, so chocolate is necessary for making chocolate cake, that time this chocolate is referring and uncountable. So this is very important. I hope you understand. If you got any queries, just ask me. Now what is your homework? Your homework is unit 3 question number 15 and question number 15 and 16. This is your homework. I'm telling you repeatedly that please complete the homework. If you got queries, just ask me. I'm telling you. Now what is the homework? Unit 3 page question number 15 and 16. So I hope you understand. Thank you very much.